It's wide. And in the end zone, Mel Bird will concede the single point. And apparently there was no point on that field goal attempt. There was a penalty at the line of scrimmage. I'm not quite sure what the call was. However, the score holds at 23-20. Well, we get word that the reason there was no point, the ball apparently brushed the upright. And as a result, it was declared automatically a dead ball. Well, let's see if we can take a look at it. The word we get is that the kick brushed the upright. Well, that kick certainly appeared to miss the upright.
Conrad Holloway engineers from the 21-yard line as he goes deep to Steve Curry at the dead ball line. Now watch closely, it's controversial. Curry stretches and catches the ball. At least that's what the officials said. But after the game, Curry had said that the ball had slipped out of his fingertips as he hit the ground and that it should have been ruled incomplete. It wasn't, and it was 14-0 for the Riders.
Ball spotted at the 33. Faking the handoff to stand back. With time, Schultz wants it right away. End zone look and a touchdown Montreal. Eugene Lewis and the Argos are claiming a push-off on that touchdown. They want OPI.
He had his hair. He pulled his hair to pull the defender Deku off balance. Got away with that one.
First down Edmonton by the narrowest of margins inside the 45 of Saskatchewan. Allen looks long. What a great catch. That's the newcomer, Mike Lee.
That should be a touchdown.
Yeah, he kept going, and the referee went over there and spotted.
Yeah, you're going to have a conference here because the one official, and there are some new officials in the league this year, and there's no question Michael Lee made a spectacular catch, and boy, I doubt that Benson Donaldson touched him.
He went down on his own, I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, Donaldson kind of realized that after the fact and chased Michael Lee, but that should be 6 points. That's a heck of a catch by the young rookie in his first regular season game.
And they've got that defense guessing a little bit. 2nd and 3, over the middle, completion and a first down. Andrew Nowacki.
Calgary is challenging, but the player did not catch the football. I'll review the play.
Danny Machocha wondering why Tom Higgins threw the challenge flag. You can see him just to the right of your screen. He cuts underneath. Catch is made there. And the ball comes loose, and did he survive contact? And well, the ball came loose, it looked like, when he hit the ground. I mean, he's got it there and he's running with it, and now it comes out as he goes down. I mean, that was 2 or 3 steps with the football. And he survived the impact from Kranz Clemens. That's the question here. Is it's the bang bang plays they talk about, the one where the guy catches it and then gets hit, and that looks like a catch to me. I mean, Andrew Nowacki survived the impact from Clemens, took another 2 steps, and then as he's going down the ground, the ball comes out. Now the whistle had blown, so they can't rule it a fumble after the fact, but I think that's a catch.
Upon review, the player did not survive contact with the ground. Therefore, the ruling is overturned and it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down on the 50-yard line.
Well, Jock Climby's talked about this a lot, and we have seen this before, and I think it's taking the interpretation to the extreme.
No, that's a catch, because this comes across the middle. The idea is you have to survive contact from the player or the ground. That's 3-4 steps. Then he goes down. I mean, that's a catch.
First down, Saskatchewan. Joe Paopao threw it behind Ellis. Whoa,
get on that ball.
Get on that football. The referee was right there calling an incomplete pass, but boy, that was thrown behind him.
I'd like to see that again.
So that's a couple for Ellis today that he's been kind of fortunate on.
See if we can see it from here. Joe threw it at the 31. Oh,
it was behind.
It was behind him. That's a fumble.
So it's 2nd down and 10.
Actually, the Riders carried the early play. Ron Lancaster to Frank Russell here. Did he hold it long enough? Number 32, Grady Kapnis, didn't think so.
40-yard attempt.
Flags go down. Pasaglia elects to punt. It takes a bounce through the end zone. So the Lions will come away with a point, but there is a flag down on the field. Illegal motion against the BC Lions. His longest this season is 53. He's already kicked a 45-yarder in this one. This time, the hold is good. The kick is good. Illegal motion once again against the BC Lions. The flag was down. Let's see if we can see illegal motion. Well, I can't see it.
I don't see it either. I don't even understand how you can get illegal motion unless the offensive line moves. You have to be set for a full second before that ball is snapped.
Al, could they have been lined up incorrectly?
Illegal motion is not lined up incorrectly. He would have given the offside signal.
Perry will move over in the slot to his right. Rourke gets it away. Finds Hatcher looking for the end zone. Ball pops out, and it's going to be picked up by Campbell. He's going to go the other way. I thought I might have heard a whistle. Campbell's going to get it to midfield, down to the 40, now to the 30. Will they catch him? No! Touchdown the other way. Campbell does it again. But I thought I heard a whistle.
We had a fumble that was recovered by Saskatchewan at the 3-yard line. However, since the play was whistled, we can't give Saskatchewan the ball beyond the 3-yard line. It's going to be first down Saskatchewan at the 3-yard line.
Campbell for Burton. He's intercepted by Ahmad Field. So the drive stalls with the Ahmad Field interception with 7:10 left in the half.
As a receiver, they moved him to defensive back.
Hold it. Apparently he was out of bounds when he made that interception.
Well, the fans didn't understand it either, and there was no call. That call was in bounds. I mean, that ball is caught, and it's pulled in. He's got control now, and he's still in bounds.
Swing it up the figure. That's a free ball. That was a lateral, and it definitely should be ruled as such.
You know, Pat, I can't believe it the number of times we've seen that ball thrown behind the quarterback, and 24 football players and a number of officials on the field didn't play it that way.
Well, I mean, there was no doubt about it.
No question. Now, just watch where he stands. Now, he threw it behind him. You can see the back was at least 2 to 3 yards behind Hufnagel, and nobody played it as a free ball.
Ticats have 1:43 to rip off the clock. Amerson breaks away. Oh! Did he stay in? Yes! They're calling touchdown. An official followed him right down. There was an official right on his tail.
Watch the little burst from Archie Amerson. Gets the stiff arm, and here comes the burst. Doesn't he stay in bounds?
Oh, I don't know.
He's out of bounds about 5 times right there.
I think he took 3 steps on the line.
I don't know that replay is conclusive.
Wow.
Amerson, 62 yards.
That's one of those calls where somebody's got an early plane flight.
On the night, Osbaldiston.
2-yard gain for Earl Winfield. Now on first down, back to the ground. Archie Amerson around the corner. Flags come down. Katie Williams gets a piece of Archie Amerson, and they must have got a piece of the face mask there.
Holding Hamilton number 18. Repeat first down.
Well, what a huge penalty that is to the Hamilton Ticats, and I guess you could say a huge non-call on the face mask. Let's have a look.
Now, how do you miss this? This referee is standing right in front of Archie Amerson, and if that's not a face mask...
And this is what drives the players crazy, the inconsistencies in officiating. I mean, that is absolutely ludicrous that you do not make that call, and Don Southern has every right to be pretty peeved at that one.
Amerson was arguing before he was down.
The rush to the end zone. That's it. Oh, penalty flag just flew at the goal line. A late
was nowhere near anybody. This is a great selling job by Greg Carr.
Yeah, at this point, Greg Carr sees the ball sailing well over his head.
And look at that. And Mark Trestman is absolutely irate. Alex Brink behind center. Touchdown! Or is it? There is no signal. The cannon went off.
The replay official has asked us to review the last play.
It looks like Brink may have crossed that goal line.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is second down.
Second down. Can they complete the comeback? No signal. No signal. No touchdown. The clock says zeros. This game is over.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. The game is over.
Levi Mitchell out of his hands quickly to the fullback. James Tuck puts his shoulder down. Ball's on the turf. They whistle it dead. That looked like it was out before the play was done. As Najee Murray has it in his hands, and the Alouette sideline believes that Tuck just dropped the rock on the ground.
Yeah, here we'll take a closer look at the collision. And that ball's out before he goes down.
And a clear recovery. Wesley Sutton right there alongside Najee Murray.
Was the ball carrier was down with contact, and there was no immediate recovery by Montreal.
Yeah, 0 for 2.
What more do you need for a clear fucking recovery?
So here you'll see the ball carrier A is not down by contact, and B, I don't know how much more immediate the recovery could be.
I guess based on the wording of it, because it bounced off the leg of an Alouette and he didn't recover it as the first person it touched, then therefore it's not a clear and immediate recovery, but yeah.
Looking to give his team a 5-point lead, was 4 for 4 last week. Leggio, does he have the leg? It's wide, right and short, and that'll be brought out by Morrow. Morrow's going to go back the other way. There's a flag as Morrow takes us up the near side of the field. A little bit of a stutter step. He'll get down to the 50 and stay on his feet. And now he's taken out at the 35. Excellent return from Jamal Morrow.
Been physical, but we talked about it off the top that you gotta maintain composure and make sure you don't take a bad penalty. There was penalty flags down by Leggio where he looks like he got hit. Did he get hit in the process of attempting this field goal? He missed it clearly. Now he's a cover guy. He trips there. Oh no. Well, that's not hitting the kicker.
Mac Henry gave him a little bit of a bump, but Leggio had already kind of started heading down the field.
Yeah. He was a cover guy then. You're allowed to block him.
Roughing the kicker, 74 Saskatchewan. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, that surprises me a little bit. And it was announced as 74, correct?
Yes, it was. It was that little chest bump.
Leggio had already started running down the field. I can see why the crowd here is fired up. Mosaic is going bonkers late in the second quarter. Dickinson is going to get a chat with the officials. And he's reaching for the challenge flag, and there it is. To a roar from the crowd, Dickinson.
Take another look at it.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. There's no roughing the kicker.